Well, hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. I am Diana Clarion, and I am the Lavender Lady, and this is Coffee with Lavender. Pull up a cup, have a seat. We're all set, ready to go. Unfortunately, today my guest is a little bit. I was not able to make it today. Arti kind of messed up his back and having a hard time sitting. Okay, we're back. We're back. It looks like Sylvia wanted attention and wanted me to be away from you guys and give her all the attention in the world. So please excuse the ending screen. Please excuse the ending screen there. Yes, little one. She is the kitty. She is the good kitty. Yes, she is. She is the Sylvia kitty. You're going to get to be the star of the show today, right? What? Why? What? Oh, well. No, unfortunately, Artie messed up his back, and he's at the clinic right now getting some things taken care of. And we'll have him on in future, not necessarily next week. I have a show scheduled next week as part of a relay. I know of 2 or 3 shows as part of this relay that are going on, starting with mine and ending up sometime Sunday evening. It's part of a fundraiser, which let me mention that right now for those of you who know Doc Fearsome. His wheels died, and he kind of needs a set of wheels to get to work and back home, because the day his car died, it was about an hour and a half walk to work, and that may or may not be a horrible thing during the summer, but if this were to continue into the winter, that sort of thing, not very good. Not where he is, not with the winters he has to deal with. I'm going to go to the GoFundMe and look for, yeah, here we go. We've got it. Let me put the address to his fundraiser. Oh, alias fake name. Thank you so much. I just got it. You beat me to it. I love you dearly. I love you dearly. Oh, man. Okay. Sounds good. So you are also part of it, Angie. That's a very, very good thing. And, yeah, this is going to be, let's see if we can't get Doc a decent set of wheels, such that, yeah, going to and from work will not be a horrible thing. I think, did I mention it already? He said he walked about an hour and a half one way to get to work, and it's not exactly the sort of thing you want to have to do every day, through snow, sleet, dark of night, do the old, God, if I could remember who did that, not rain nor sleet nor dark of night or whatever the hell it was, would stay this messenger from his appointed rounds. Comes from classical Greece, but I just cannot remember offhand who that was. If any of the side chat people know, that's wonderful. We'd be great. We'd be grateful to have that. So, where are we then? Looks like it's you and me, kids. So, summer is about half over. The anniversary of the first manned lunar landing, also known as my birthday, is past. And, yeah, in a little bit of that, this over here is the last little bit for my birthday. A little present from me to go with the little present from the folks at movie night to me. I was so amazed when Sci Strike presented me with a gift card for the R.J. Downard books, which I had mentioned that I was thinking of procuring at one point or another. The Evolution Slam Dunk, which covers the reptile mammal transition, and the Paralogs of Phileas Fogg, which is a bit of fan fiction based on the Jules Verne, Around the World in 80 Days. For those of you who may or may not have recognized the name Phileas Fogg. The thing is, that means that summer's going bye-bye, and that's not necessarily the greatest thing in the world as far as I'm concerned. Summer is my season. I've always loved summer. The warmth, the sun, the seasonal affective disorder seems to be at bay more or less for now, and it's just a little bit saddening. Let's put it that way. To know that that's going to be coming to an end soon. You know, if you want to call soon, 3 or 4 months, but still, it reminds me of mortality as well. Quite a few things have reminded me of mortality this year, and I suppose it's one of those things you've got to get used to. That I'm no spring chicken, let's face it. Probably one of the reasons I can't get a date. Listen to my complaints there. Oh my. But yeah, everything has to come to an end. We have to come to an end. And one of the things I think about my view upon the world, my atheism, which I will not call atheism itself, I will not call it worldview. My worldview is atheistic instead. In other words, it is not based solely around there being no gods. But that's part of it, that sort of thing. But when you look at it from that worldview, this life is the only one we've got. We've got to make it as the best we can. We've got to do the good, got to have the good while we are around, rather than waiting for it in some supernatural realm, some realm after our tenure here. So there we have my little bit of proselytizing, if you will, filling in the moments. Oh my word. Okay, Tony. Very, very late breakfast. It's almost lunchtime. Oh my word. Oh my word. I forget where you are. I'm trying to remember. You're not in the U.S., are you? I'm thinking you're GMT +2 or something like that. Oh, Robert X, I'll give it a shot. I'll do my best. That's the interesting thing about this sort of thing. I do best with another person on, although I have carried shows by myself. It's quite a bit of. Let me put it this: I'm trying to not sound like I'm complaining. It is quite a bit of work. It's a lot more work, actually, for me to do this than it is to have someone on with me, because one of the things I'm able to do with someone else on is play off what that person says, get a dialogue going, a little bit of humor back and forth, that sort of thing. And it's just sort of a running pattern, if you will. And that is missing when I go by myself. Although I did start Coffee with Lavender solo. If you go back on the first 2 or 3 episodes, if I remember correctly, I did this all by my lonesome while I was getting an idea of what it was that I wanted to do. And sadly enough, I still don't have an idea exactly of what I want to do. Somebody help me out there. What would you like me to do? Okay. You have not missed very much at all, Casey Atheist, Randy. No, I just got started about 10 minutes ago, and Sylvia messed around with my OBS settings, so that was a fun little thing there. It looked like we were ended, but then yeah, I just might do that as far as that goes. Robert just might start an after show. Um, but we've got. Oh, I'll mention a couple of things first. First of all, yeah, Artie's okay. The For those of you who have just arrived, he screwed up his back, and he has a painful time of sitting. And he said, "Hey, can I take a rain check?" I was, yeah, sure, no problem at all. I'm easy. All of you folks remember now that I am easy. I am by no means cheap, but I'm easy. Okay, now that we have that, yeah, Tony. Well, I'm going to have him on in future. We'll be rescheduling. Not next week. Next week is part of a relay live stream, and I have a guest in mind already. Unless he doesn't want to show up, and then I'll get Artie on then. But once that's over, we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming, and Artie will certainly be a part of that. And Sylvia does love to help. Yes, she does. She loves to help in the sense of pay attention. Pay attention to me. I'm over here. I'm the cat. Meow. Oh my, oh my, and yeah, this is another thing that's going on. That okay, something that's giving me a little bit of trepidation, shall we say? We're coming to the end of July, and on the 1st of August, Google Hangouts is going away. So this today is probably my last show using Google Hangouts, and I'm going to hope that my new Hangout session, or whatever you want to call it, will work at least as well. It's called Google Meet. It's sort of the business version of Google Hangouts. Strike used to use it, and well, he's using it again on movie night. So I thought I would give that a try because I was familiar with it, with what he was doing, what Cy was doing, and it seemed to be decent enough. It's close enough to Google Hangouts that hopefully everything will fit. Just a drop in, if you will. I gave it a little bit of a shot locally yesterday, and even the window names and everything were the same, so I could just drop that onto my OBS, and it recognized everything, and everything was fine, and yay, all that good stuff. So hopefully things will be at least as good as they've been so far come next month. The only problem with Google Meet really is the $6 a month I'll have to pay, but hey, it's not a fortune, that sort of thing. It's not that expensive, and what the heck, I'm accustomed more or less to it, so Tony Design says, on this date in history, the cat-proof keyboard was patented, revolutionizing the computer industry. Yeah, there you go. You don't get to hear that voice very often now, do you? Oh, man. I almost missed that voice, but It's it's the small thing to put away. The singing I miss occasionally. I think many of you know. Those who don't, you're going to find out. I am a trained bass baritone, and I used to do quite a bit of singing years ago. We're talking 35, 40 years ago, in choirs, madrigal, octets, that sort of thing. I sang contrabass, and then whenever my services were needed, I would also fill in at second tenor. So I did have a bit of a range going there, and I loved that sort of singing. Um, the formal, I don't know if I want to call it formal music because not all of it was. There was a lot of sacred music. There was a lot of formal secular music, but a lot of the medieval music that we did was not the formal. It was what's the word I'm looking for? Casual, something like that. Just popular music of the time. So yeah, formal may or may not fit there, but it's the sort of thing that formal artists will usually do anyway. Um, but the darn thing is that things have changed a little bit over the years, and something like Freude schöner Güterfunken with a rack the size of a city bus doesn't necessarily work all that well, and that's the price you pay, and it's to me a price very worth paying because being what I was trying to be what I was trying to be, and not doing very well at it was not the most comfortable thing in the world. Um, it is many much more comfortable to be into as I be into now. Take the mask off. Edward is long gone. Um, I remember some things fondly. A lot of Edward lives on in Diana, but for good or for ill, here I am, folks. Take it or leave it. Um, so, with that in mind, okay, who do we have else? Hey, wait a minute, who do we have here? Did I see somebody say hello, Arti? I'm looking in the side chat. Are you there? Are you there, sweetness? I'm not seeing you in the side chat here. Maybe you've fallen off the edge. It'd be great to have you in the audience anyway, even if you can't necessarily be part of the show. Okay, not sure what's going on here. Okay, Great Dane. This is interesting. Lucia Lucas is a famous transgender woman who has a baritone voice and sings opera. I did not know that anyone was doing. I don't know that I didn't know that anyone was doing that professionally. No, unfortunately, Doc. Already had to call off today. The back is a little bit messed up. It's no problem, sweetness. No problem. Um, no problem at all. No, last I knew, he was at the clinic getting the messed up back taken care of. It was a little problematic for him to sit, and he asked, "Hey, could I call off?" And it's like, "Hey, I'm easy, really. Like I told you guys already, I'm easy. I'm by no means cheap, but I'm easy." And I'm gonna have to look up Lucia Lucas and see what I can find out about her. Is that I don't know? That gives me a little bit of what do you want to call it? A little bit of hope that I might be able to put my voice to use again. Now that I've got it back, because I was starting to lose my voice there for a while. Up to about a year ago, the voice was just steadily degrading, if you will, getting more gravelly. Certainly, my breath control and my breath were not anywhere near what they should be. And for most of you, I think you know why. As a matter of fact, let's see now. It is the 28th today, so 29, 30, 31, 32. No, wait a minute. 32nd of July. No thanks. 28, 29, 30, 31. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In 9 days. In 9 days, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone else, it will be a year since I quit smoking. And the voice started to come back. And it's great. I mean, I was a little worried about what was going on. And I was thinking already that it was going to have to be the case that I would have to quit. And then a couple things came up that made the whole quitting thing more imminent, I guess, more desirable. And if I understand a clarion, you've just got to put it down. It's time. After 49 years, I put the pipe down, I put the cigars down, and as I say, the voice did start coming back. It took a little while. Excuse me. I'm nowhere near keeping up with Neil Young, but of course I never could, so, all right. But I can sing along with my CSNY recordings, so yeah. That's a good thing, and that's something I hadn't been able to do for a very, very long time. Even over the past couple of years, where I was sounding like Kenny Rogers with a cold. But maybe. Okay. NPR did a nice interview with Lucia Lucas recently. I'm going to have to look that up. I really am going to have to look that up. It'd be interesting to have her on this show. Giving me an idea. I wonder what kind of schedule she keeps. Yeah, that's a little bit of that stuff going on. And let's see what else do we have going on here. Well, I've decided that I'm going to try to see what I can do about my budget. Because I was to the Ark Encounter protest, as many of you well know, the beginning of July. Mrs. Nielsen, that is the Atheist A. I forget who it was that came up with it, but that is almost universal, if not universal already, symbol for atheism. With what was left over from the gift card that I got from Strike and the people at movie night, I put that toward this little thing because I really don't have all that much jewelry, and I did want something that could sort of stand its ground against all the Roman death devices that people wear around their necks, that sort of thing. So here we are, yeah, from Amazon. I'm getting used to it. It's, like I say, I don't have that much jewelry, so I don't wear jewelry that often. And to see myself here in the monitor, as I have the OBS monitor up in the corner of my screen, so I can see how things are going, and to see that there, it's kind of unusual to my eyes. But it's still nice. I rather like that. Thank you, Cy, and thank you, everybody. Hey, Stags, hi, how are ya? Yay! You just wake up? But yeah, as I say about my budget, um, Purple Rhymes with Orange was so kind as to grab my fat arse out of this chair here and haul me down to Williamstown, Kentucky, for the protest. And thank you, my dear. That was a wonderful, wonderful day. Um, Great to get out of town. Just the the neighborhood just gets on my nerves after a while. It's a nice little neighborhood, but you just get tired of it after a while. And so I kind of decided that since that was so much fun, that was so wonderful, I was going to see if I could do it again. So um, let's see if we can start putting some money aside. I'm guessing it'll take me about 600 to make the trip next year. So $50 a month, maybe we can do that. See what happens. And Doc Fearsome says, if you'll excuse me, please, on that one. If Jesus did come back and saw everyone wearing crosses, wouldn't he really be pissed? Yeah, I think so. Remind me of all the torture I went through, will you? Thanks a lot, guys. I didn't need that. Oh, Scheiße, zu viel Scheiße. Es ist voll mit der Scheiße. And Google Translate is your friend. I think, I don't know. Morton and Linda Nielsen is German familiar enough with German to have picked that one up. Yeah, yeah, I like that, Morton. It's a good thing Jesus wasn't hung by the neck. The funny thing is, though, that when the guillotine was invented, there were guillotine jewelry that were actually available for sale for people to wear. Little guillotine necklaces, guillotine earrings, that whole thing. So I don't know what it is, but that's another little piece of that fascination with death, if you will. Mostly someone else's. I mean, I'm not fascinated with the prospect of my own, although I know it's not that far away. Okay, kids. I mean, half my life is over at least. There's more life behind me than there is ahead of me, simply because I'm not going to live to be 122 years old. I'm sorry, 124 years old. And I was shaving a year off trying to cheat. It's amazing I made it this far. It really, really is amazing. I did not take all that good care of myself throughout my life. Well, 49 years of smoking. I started smoking when I was 12. And then I was 61 when I quit. So that'll do a job on you. I don't know that I'll ever be fully recovered from what I did to myself over the years, by inhaling the smoke from burning leaves. Yeah, interesting thing about that, though. A lot of interesting things going on here. I don't know that, were it to become cheap and easily available, I know that marijuana is becoming less of a problem in many states throughout the U.S. Pennsylvania is not one of those, but it may become one of these days. If it does become easily available, and if I ever did have the money for it, I don't know that I'd ever want to smoke grass again, because I don't know that I want to smoke anything. Number one, I don't know that I would be able to take the smoking. I don't know that would I begin coughing like crazy, which is something I don't want to do. And then if I did not do that, how bad would the cravings to smoke tobacco become? I mean, I still have cravings now. Don't think that I don't. It's just that they're not bad enough where I'm crawling on my hands and knees to the tobacco store. When I need a smoke. One of those deals. Mr. Shadow Kitty, I love it. I love it. Oh, my word. Mr. Shadow Kitty says, I used to live like there was no tomorrow. Then, tomorrow happened. Yeah, pretty much. When you're young, when you're a child especially, you think you're immortal. A lot of us have that privilege anyway. I know that there are too many that do not have that privilege of thinking that they are immortal, because mortality is, the prospect of mortality is with them on a daily basis. Where is God, right? Anyway, and then suddenly, for some people, or for different people, it's at different times. But suddenly, you realize that, there isn't all that much time left, is there? I mean, okay, if I get the run that so many in my so-called family had, which what they did makes no difference to what I'll do. I'm not related to any of them. I was, however you say, an adopted child. So their genetics have no bearing on mine. But if my run would be anything like theirs, I'd have another 30 years to go. But then again, with the stuff that's been going on with me, the 30 years might not be 30 years, kids. I don't know if I've got 3. So that is something that puts you in your place, if you will. You don't have all the time in the world to do everything you want to do. You're not going to have the time to do, you're going to miss out on doing many things because you're simply not going to have the time. And that's something you're going to have to face. It's, I'm not going to design a Mars sample return mission, unfortunately. I'm not going to, probably not going to write that symphony that I started when I was, 22, a little while ago. 42 years is a long time to be working on a symphony. I don't think I'm going to finish it. And you have to say, okay, I'm not going to get it all. Let's do the best with what we've got. And I'll take it from there then. And do the best I can with it. And I guess that's all any of us can really do. So, okay, enough of that. I don't know. I'm looking at my soundboard here, and I may have to have a look at. Okay, the input isn't all that bad. The VU meter looked like I was getting a little low, and I didn't want to drop out of the audio range, audible range, because I'm sure that all of you are hanging on the edges of your seats to hear what I've got to say. Anyway, oh my word. Okay, well, I've done not too bad a job with a half an hour, right? Progressive liberal. Hi, how the heck are ya? Yay. Um, so, yeah, let me start to get a few things set up here because I like I like the idea. Who was it that said maybe start the after show? Maybe start that early. I'll I'll see what I can do about getting something set up over here. Uh, but while we're at it, we'll just do what we can do as well as we can. Yet what I instead of going right into an after show, what I would do is um, close this down and then go into the after show because I sort of like to try anyway to keep the shows watchable. Okay, so what have we got here? Okay, no, that's not right. How do you like that? There, we've got the typing going there. And we'll do that. That's good. That's good. That's good over there. We're good over there. Yay. And then we're going to create an event. And then we're going to browse for a little thumbnail is what we're going to do. Yay. How you like that? And then, yeah, I had not set up for an after stream because Arti was going to be my guest today, and I was figuring that I would not necessarily run an after show because I didn't want to stress him out too much. But okay, with the way things are at this point. No, we don't want the live now. We want the upcoming. Jeez, guys. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Now we are getting there. How do you like that? We're going to copy the link address. Copy the link address. That's how it goes. And then we're going to put it here. Yay, 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 yay. Let's open the link in a new tab just to make sure we've got it right. Hey, hey, look at that, look at that. How do you like that? So we've got that over in the over on the side there, and anybody who wants to migrate over can indeed do so. And yeah, I'm going to start an after show a little bit early here because I don't know that you want to hear me babbling on here all by myself. Anybody who would like to come on, by all means, I have a couple of people in mind to invite on if they are awake, and we'll sort of take it from there. And yeah, watch this. I'll start an after show, and I'll be the only one on it, and it'll be just a little more of this. Hey, that's the way life goes, isn't it? She's back. Hi, Angie. Yay! Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Yeah, I don't know if you'd heard me say this, but I'll be. I think I'll start an after show just a little bit early. Because, yeah, listening to me drone on is probably not the most entertaining thing in the world here. I mean, I know my limitations. Okay, guys? I really do. But yeah, it's. Oh, danke, danke schön. Um, Let me get a pencil and a paper here. Yeah, it might be worth it. What do we have here? With your Lucas. Dot de, which I take it as Deutschland. Gmail. Yay! Yeah, that sounds very, very interesting. That sounds like something I might like to pursue. So I am going to thank you very much for that. And oh, great, Angie. Okay, I'll let you out of your jammies, and yeah, feel free to come on. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she makes that public or not. You know what I'm going to do though, just for the frapping hell of it. Um, okay, we have quite a few little things here. Oh my word. Okay, what I'm seeing here, there's an article from 3 May of 2019. Transgender baritone Lucia Lucas makes U.S. opera debut. So she's she's new to the U.S. Oh my word. Did she sing Falstaff? Nice. I am going to have to look into this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Thank you every so much. Yeah, I'm going to see. Now, I know that her schedule is probably going to be insane. Um, most most musicians' schedules are, but you never know, and it would be really great. I mean, if we could just chat one on one trans woman to another, um, that would be perfect. And even so, just to do a little research and do a little video, give her some exposure, if you will. That would be that would be fantastic. That would be amazing. Um, so okay, Angie's getting dressed here. So we actually may end up running the hour. There's no big deal. I don't mind. I never shut up anyway. You know, there are a lot of people who'll tell you that. And I know that I know there's at least one person who very likely wishes that I would shut up, Clarion. Oh, push your boy. Anyway, that's how those things go, you know. Yeah, that's the amazing thing that she's singing a principal character and going out there to the world. Oh, Taka, yay! Going out there to the world as person she actually is. Oh my. Okay, okay. Scrambled eggs that would make Gordon Ramsay cry with joy. Now, okay, is Gordon Ramsay a scrambled eggs fan? That would be interesting to know. Man, I haven't done eggs in so freaking long. I do all the wrong foods as far as that goes. My doctor kind of chewed me out last time I saw her. Um, but yeah, that's the other thing we're going to have to do. We're going to have to find some common ground, she and I. Um, she wants me to eat well, and I want me to eat, as in be able to afford to buy food and bring the food home. And the whole affordable thing is key over here. Oh, okay then. So Gordon taught you how to make them. That's a good thing. That's a wonderful thing. And wouldn't it, I'm going to guess that it was from a video, but it would be really, really great were he to have taught you in person. Yay! Yeah, I haven't had any master chefs teach me how to make anything. Unless you want to call my Bobcat master chef. I mean, some people did. Um, but yeah, those are memories as well. Yeah, don't mind me. Don't mind me. It's just thinking back. Died in 1986 at the age of 94. I miss her. I really do. She's a good woman. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yay, yay, yay. Yeah. You, Angie, me. They make a good start as a nice little group. I'll tell you. You know, Tony, you talk about starstruck peoples is um, what I found in Kentucky was how really wonderful it is to be able to sit down and talk as as an equal with people that are considered star caliber, um, to be sitting at a table and talking with no illusions, um, and Aaron Ra and Eric Murphy, Jim Hilton, and it's in the back of your mind that these people have star caliber, and yet you're just there. You're talking just as friends around the table. That was the best part of that whole trip. Um, and okay, I guess I'm gonna try not to be bubbling over myself too terribly much when I say it, but it was nice to know that I could be seen as an equal. Um, and it's okay. I guess I don't say this as often as I should, and I think I'll say it right now. I need to thank all of you folks, as I say it, all of you who are here, all of you who are not here, as in those who are going to be watching later. There actually are a few of those. Amazes the hell out of me. Um, for actually wanting me around wanting me in your den, in your living room while you watch or you listen. Those with whom I speak on a semi-regular basis, just over Twitter DM or something like that. I got to thank all you guys because my life would be extremely lonely were it not for you. And okay, Tony. Aaron is a big marshmallow. He is a marshmallow with feet. Yeah, no, none of this intimidating stuff. He's a big sweetie. I love him dearly. Um, and again, he's quite easy to talk to in person. He's not that he's not that larger than life figure. And what's really great about this, when I think about it, when I was younger, when I was a child, I'll put it this way: when I was a girl, and I know, everybody looked at me and they saw a boy, but there was a girl hiding in there, so I'll put it that way. Um, when I would run into someone who had some degree of notoriety or some degree of fame, and I did run into a few people. I knew a couple of the mayors of Cleveland, for example, because they came into his store. Um, the MSB had a beverage store, and they were his customers. So I knew Ralph Walker. I knew Dennis Kucinich. God. Anyway, and there were other people who had some degree of fame. They actually did to me look larger than life. I was a big kid, so I could actually, look at them eye to eye, especially Kucinich. He's a damn short piece of shit. Um, but the feeling was that you're looking up to them because of their notoriety, their stature in that sense. Um, and there's none of that. There's none of that with Aaron. There's none of that with Eric, with Noah, with any of the people I met there. Um, they're just people, and it's wonderful that that it is that. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'm looking at the side chat. Okay, are we starting to run into a battle here? Um, are you guys fighting over me? What the hell, man? Doc Fearsome says, "We love you, Diana," and Robert X says, "You love her. I saw her first." Oh man, I wish. Yeah. Anyway, I wish some young lady would be doing that, but that's another story entirely. Um, oh, for the love of Saint Gulick. Oh, what do we have here? Tony Design says, um, you subbed to Perp because you enjoyed chatting with him inside chat on Sursa streams. Then you found me quickly because of him. For you, this is what YouTube was intended. And yeah, in a way, I suppose. Um, it is a really good way to get acquainted with people, even as producers. To have more more ideas, etc. To engage with. Yeah, and you remind me that I really should get to Cyrus's streams more often. I haven't been in one of his streams in a heck of a long time. Not since Neil was on. That was a little while ago. Um, Aw, Doc. Oh, I have a hard time believing that sometimes, but Okay, I tell you what, kids. If you guys, let me see how you guys are doing over there. Okay, I'm gonna start heading my way over to the other show, to the other after show, and what I'm gonna do is one more time. I'm gonna put the there we go. Gonna put the link to that wonderful little after show in the side chat here, and I'm going to marvel at how quickly an hour can go. You know, you're at 12:01, and you're looking at the clock, and you're thinking, how the hell am I gonna fill this hour? And here it's already done, and that's amazing. Yes, Cirrus. This is really interesting about Cirrus. When I was first on the air, and when I was first on the air, this was not with my channel. I hadn't started my channel yet. I was working with something called NCG Studios, for those of you who don't already know, with a man by the name of Michael W. Jones. Big sweetheart, really. We unfortunately we didn't make a good fit to work together, but he's still a big sweetie. And if he ever watches some of these things, I hope he can hear that. I hope he knows that. But McRae got hold of me and said, "Why don't you join the Google Plus Great Debate Community?" Which I guess is going to go bye-bye at the end of this month too, by the way. So I did, and I got into a voice chat with somebody, little Barney, with a avatar was a Barney Rubble-ish sort of character with the hood and the hammer and the stone necklace and the whole bit. Was quite. Yeah, Angie, I am using Hangout. I'll drop you a link in about half a second. Um, and we had a nice chat. We really did. And it was only after I started my channel, and I forget whose after show it was that I was part of, when Cirrus was there and said, "Yeah, I know you. We talked some number of weeks ago over McRae's channel." And I was, "Oh, okay." So I knew one of you guys before I knew the rest of you guys. Let's put it that way. And that was an interesting way to get to know people. But I do have to, while I'm at it, I do want to thank Johnny Drive-By and Maddie and Jen Suris for getting me into this community. Um, it was I think Johnny Drive-By that had, well, he first saw me when I was doing response videos to Catholic Answers, and I really should start doing those again one of these days. But he had an after show going on, he invited me on. I got to talking to some of the people, and that just got me acquainted with more and more of you folks. And I ended up staying. And for some stupid reason that I will never understand, you guys actually put up with me. So it was a wonderful thing that was going on there, and that was, oh my word, that was about a year and a half ago. Time flies, doesn't it? You know, tempus fugit. Um, and speaking of tempus fugit, I see that both of Mickey's hands are on a 12 here. So let me just give you an idea of what's going on. Next week, I'm going to be part of the relay stream, a fundraiser for our own Doc Fearsome, who's in the side chat with us. Doc, if you feel like coming aboard in the after show, be my guest. I'll drop you a link. And after that, I'll see what I can do. Maybe if Artie's doing better with the back and everything else, we can have him back on. We'll see what goes on with that. Everything's up to how he feels, and then another thing I'll end up doing is start looking around for more people far and wide to have here on the show. I'd like to expand the reach of the show, and maybe get people from beyond simply the atheist community, and reach more than simply the atheist community, and see where we can go from there. See who wants to listen to my babbling. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is, okay, let me look over on this side. Holy shit. Okay, we've got a few people. We've got a few people in the after show. Yeah, we got 6 waiting over there. Can't keep them waiting all that long, can we? Don't want anybody getting bored and itchy in the seat of the pants. So, I'm really, really grateful to every one of you, as I call it, all of you who are here, and all of you who are not here. And I'll actually get around one of these days to fixing up the thank you screen to my patrons, because I got a couple new patrons over the month, and to you folks, I am grateful as well. I'm actually a little worried now when I look, and I'm sitting there hoping that I don't end up making too much money. Never thought I'd hear anyone say that, right? And okay, then what I will do is I will say, thanks a lot, troops. See you on the other side.